Hi everybody. I just wanted to come on quickly. It's now 5 o'clock, so I'm going to do a live stream about 8:30, 9 o'clock, another 3.5 to 4 hours. I'll put the notifications out, so it'll either be between 8:30 and 9. I've got one or two things to do, and I want to jump in the shower again because I've been in the garden messing with garden fences. So I've come on to speak a little bit about voodoo, as you might guess, and the threats to me indirectly, and about Missy Moo. Now, with Missy Moo, she did that interview with Breezy. Missy Moo thinks she's becoming something of a celebrity as she sits there with her breasts down to her knees and her stomach down to her calves and dissing her ex-best friend. Why is all this happening? Because they were like buddies, weren't they? Hand and glove, skin on skin. Why have they fallen out? Because Missy Moo sent $10 to French Fried Girl to go towards the care of BBJ. Chantal saw it, Missy Moo denied it was her. And then, of course, it came out that it was indeed her. So she sent $10. Voodoo had her rage about it. The friendship ended. Do you really believe, any of you, that a friendship like that would end, where Chantal could use Missy Moo to get whatever information it was that she wanted from people? Do you really think that she would just let her go over this $10 contribution? Of course she wouldn't. And do you think Missy Moo would completely turn on Chantal and tell all there is to tell because of the $10 end of friendship bees, if you like? It's as though with Missy Moo, the worm has turned. But just remember, it's still a worm. Still a worm. Slithering on its big belly and dripping toxic waste everywhere. Still a worm. So the latest thing is that after the Breezy interview, Missy Moo has posted on Twitter, and I've got this from Rocky Go About. Thank you, Rocky. It's around the wrong way. I'm going to read it to you. So Missy Moo posted this on Twitter this morning, and it's addressed to Voodoo Beauty. Why didn't she just send it to her? She has to post it in order to get everybody talking about it. And Missy Moo, now she's on our side, you know. We can tell her our secrets. We can tell her what we're up to. We can embrace her and bring her into the fold. Not in my bloody fold. Thanks very much. So this is addressed to Voodoo. Voodoo Beauty, honestly, I feel so bad for you. The actual hate inside of you seeps into everything. Pot kettle. You cannot even speak about a person without putting them down. And don't put doxing on me when you spent hours searching info on others, she means, on others. Hours. Well, Missy Moo, who was it who got photos relating to me and said, well, somebody sent it to me and I just sent it to Chantal. What did you think Chantal was going to do with it? And why would they send it to you? and not Chantal Direct. You're a liar. You're a liar. You got that photo. You did. Snooping round my family. And you sent it to Foodie, knowing full well what she was going to do. You did. You big liar. Let's go on to the next bit that's interesting. Paying people to do your dirty work and then telling me about it. So Foodie's been paying people to do her dirty work and then confiding in her best friend, Missy Moo, the worm that turned. Paying people to do your dirty work and then telling me about it. Can you imagine the two of them rubbing their fat hands in glee? Don't be fooled. She's talking to Missy Moo 1 minute and then addressing the wider audience the next. You're not very bright, are you? Don't be fooled. This is just a person angry that the only people willing to talk with her are accounts of people hiding behind anonymity. Like Nomen Nessio, you mean? Where all my threats are coming from. No one left will admit to being a support publicly. So they do it privately then. They always did do it privately, support her and do her dirty work. We know that. Read that again and not, I won't interrupt what she's saying. Paying people to do your dirty work, then telling me about it. Don't be fooled. This is just a person angry that the only people willing to talk with her are accounts of people hiding behind anonymity. No one left will admit to being a supporter publicly. And then she moves on, addressing Foodie again. Try being an actual good example for your Muslim faith for the sake of anyone who might take what you do as an example. Well, exactly. And this is what I'm saying about the death vats. They come on and they make a lot of money doing what they do, which is pouring drink and food down their gullet until there's a traffic pile-up. And for that, they get a lot of money for that and for degrading themselves, stripping off bad language, sharts, farts and everything else. They get paid a lot of money. And of course you've got youngsters who look and think, I could do that for a short time and make a bit of money. But then they find that the short time, it's not so easy to stop because of the money and because of the food. They've become addicted. And so people like Foodie and even Hungry Fat Chick, the youngsters think, I can carry on doing it. I'll know when to stop. I won't get like that. Amberlyn Reid. But it happens. Try being an actual good example for your Muslim faith for the sake of anyone who might take what you do as an example. Let me also interject here, she is not a Muslim. She has taken the Shahada. It was all done as cosplay. It's a joke. It's disrespecting a religion. It's disrespecting a culture. She's doing it for a man who's with her, transactional, because he wants money from her. He's had money from her. He had $9,000 in the first few days that they met, and they've just had another payday. And maybe he wasn't happy with it because he wasn't there last night when she did her rage video, her almost rage video, saying goodbye to YouTube, blaming it on everybody else. And when somebody asked in the live about where's Salah, I don't know where Salah is. He's not here. I guess he's not supporting me. And when he came in, she was all smiles. And he brought her the hamster, Howie, in the cage. And so the mood changed. So she ends Mzee Moo, the worm that turned and turned again. It's your first Ramadan. Clearly, you're enjoying it. Well, Missy Moo, I trust you as much as I could lift your big fat arse up and throw it across the room. Okay. And as for them dangly breasts, you don't get many of them to the pound, do you? Stick a fucking bra on, for God's sake. I don't like you. You did what you did to my family. You and only you. Don't come saying, somebody sent me a picture and I only sent it to Chantal. Nobody sent you the picture. You got it. Why would anybody send something to you that was meant for Foodie? You are not the go-between. You are not that important. And now you're trying to make yourself to be. You are not and never will be. Your channel is growing because people want to know what's going on, I guess. But I would only say just wait until the reaction channels pick things up, which they will, or pick things up from Twitter or wherever else. Wait. And the farms, because all this woman wants is YouTube notoriety. She'll still be hand in glove with Foodie whilst growing her channel. Go back to your dolls. So let me read this middle bit again. Listen to it carefully. Paying, Foodie, paying people to do your dirty work. Who's involved in these emails to me? Because it's not just one person. It's you. It's Salah. It's probably Murad. Look how angry people got when I mentioned a greasy little man in a raincoat, meaning Allah. My goodness, did the proverbial hit the fan then? You weren't very happy, were you, Allah? So Chantal is a person angry that the only people willing to talk to her, with her, are the accounts of people who hide behind anonymity. Anonymity to us, that is. Foodie Beauty is paying people in YouTube land to spy on others and to report back to her. It sounds a bit like, I don't know, the time of Al Capone, doesn't it? So no one left will admit to being a support publicly, just like Missy Moo isn't going to admit to being a support publicly, that is. As I say, Missy Moo, the worm that turned, and the worm that turned again. You ain't nothing but a hound dog.